Alright, good morning everyone. When this comes out, I'll be leaving tomorrow. Things we want to do, okay? We're swapping out wheels, okay? Put a lot of miles on these tires already. And honestly, I haven't checked to see how they are wearing up front. But the ones in the rear have rubbed way too much. I don't feel comfortable with that. Also, yes, it's not a high horsepower car. It is on adapters. I'm a little apprehensive running any non-paved roads on adapters, especially if I try and get a little loose with the rear end, what have you. Switching to a 4x100 wheel, okay? We'll go over that a little bit later. If you've ordered a hoodie, thank you. You should have them within the next week to 10 days from today, roughly. But at that point also, I'll start having some in stock at all times. So when they sell, I'll just immediately go replenish it, okay? Maybe not immediately. I do have a minimum I have to purchase to hit that mark. But then also, shirts are in stock. And after the rally, we'll discuss hats. Okay. I need to trim a little bit on the front strut bar we installed 2 weeks ago. And then reinstall it. And then the topper, it needs to be fixed. Doesn't quite clamp all the way because it is a little fragile, okay? And then the interior, do a nice little cleanup. I don't have the seats yet. The guy I bought it from, his brother was in an accident, so I said, hey, no rush. Family's more important. If I get them before the rally, dope. If not, you know what? I have no problem installing them after the fact. And then just first start going through tools and stuff, make sure I have everything packed that I want, tested, you know, what have you. Check tire pressure, and then at least sometime tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, we're at least cruising around a little bit. And Sunday, one of those days, we'll cruise around in the car, and then basically we'll be ready to go. I also want to try and clean those windows a little bit better. They got like just a layer of film. I'm gonna see if my polisher will take care of it, or if my buffer will do it, or if I need to maybe put a little sandpaper to it. But yeah, let's dive in. And first thing we do, lift up the car, take all the wheels off, adapters off. I have other wheels and stuff that all need to go to the shed or the shipping container. We'll do that. Well, for those telling me, hey, just run the wheels. Well, clearly, I had way too much camber on these because I about wore through. Alright, might be a little tough to see, but this is at the bubble's around 1.5 degrees. Okay, this was, and now you gotta level this. Okay, or flush. Come in here, and then you sort of you're pushing it out. Okay, leave that in there, and then clamp it down. So we'll knock out the other side too. Hopefully, you know, we're not eating tires all the time. And yeah, we'll figure this out, guys. I will say, first time using that tool. So if for some reason I'm reading it wrong, which I don't think I am because of how the bubbles are, Yeah. If this bar wasn't here, I would have thought it needed to be vertical. But the issue is, if it's turned, like if it's like this, it is always all the way up here. So like, I have to, that's still a pretty decent gap to get it to 2 degrees, because it won't move anymore. So it immediately shoots up. So this makes the most sense to me. Yep. Alright, let's do the other side. Well, not sure how well you can see, but let me turn this thing down. Alright, you can see there's some bolts that are loose right there. That's all the driver's side axle. Passenger side, everything appears to be fine. But yeah, let's crawl underneath, see what's up. Yeah. Alright, I will. I'll run and see once I get, yeah. Take a look. Looks like it goes. I don't know if you see, but a lot of this is not in the best shape. So, I bought some, I think it's inch square aluminum tubing. And yeah, we're just going to use that. This right here, we'll put in a few spots. You know, I guess I'll probably cut it. I'll probably cut it at like 1 foot sections. I think this is 3 feet. About 2 of these, so sort of section it off, and yeah, just sort of put it in there, because it definitely moves around a bit, and I rather it not. So, I've decided to cut this in half, and I'm going to double up those sections so I can get a better grip. This was still moving around, and I'm trying to make sure that that isn't happening when driving, because that was the issue I was having before. So. Oh yeah, like a glove. So as the two pieces in there, ultimately I probably should do it the length of the whole thing, just clear it out and then recover, add some support, but this will work for this trip, and then we'll see what I fix down the line. We have all the clamps on. I vacuumed out the bed because I'm sleeping back here one night, I think, maybe two. At least one night on the rally. More so we save a little bit of money, right? And I think that's part of the adventure. Maybe next year, well, plan is next year to take that or something else. But yeah. One other thing, though. So, I don't know how well you could see. Yeah, you see all this grime and everything? I had a heck of a time getting this off before. But now, okay, and don't worry, this was already shot. A little elbow grease. Let me get a rag. And it's so much smoother, okay, versus that. And yes, I understand this is dirty, but I mean, you can wipe it and still see this, okay, which is not there anymore. All right, I'm gonna clean the whole back glass. All right, as we do, we're gonna mark them because, well, we know how all this works, right? But honestly, now that I know this was loose and what have you, this is probably the shaking I was having. Alright, and then while I'm at it, I'm going to check the other side too. Nope. This has all those clips still on it. I've definitely nicked the pan once, maybe twice. So, yeah, that's why this is all going up. Not the prettiest looking, but still good. right. I'm going to trim these a little bit. Ultimately, they probably weren't my problem. But since I have it disconnected, do that. Install that bar. Toss the wheels and tires back on. And put this on the ground. Because tomorrow morning, I'm taking it to get an alignment. And then tomorrow afternoon I'll pack. I'll probably go over a whole parts list. That'll probably be in a different video. Or maybe just a quick short, what have you. And I do need to mount the fire extinguisher. Let's see if we can do that tonight as well. Alright. So I raised the front up another 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/3 of an inch, something like that. So put the wheels on. They have caps, the center caps. Honestly, so driving to the rally, probably keep them on. I haven't decided if I'm gonna leave them on for the rally. Probably taking them off. But without further ado, here we go. All right, for those that aren't familiar with these wheels are Lupo GTI wheels. Lupo GTI, you say? Where'd you get those from? So, I bought them off Nick and Charles from Open Air Imports and Humble Mechanic. So, it was on their Lupo GTI that Charles put a VR5 in. He has some sick Ultraman wheels on it, H&R coils. I mean, all the good stuff. But they're 4x100, 15x6. Heck, nearly ET perfect, right? And they are wrapped in 175/50 15s, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 175/50 15s. So, I like the look. We'll have to add air once we put gear in here. But rear window is clear again. Side windows are clear again. And it's all solid on there, which ultimately is all that matters, right? So, heck, I even have my regular plate on there now. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. So, it's Sunday night. I'm going to finish this now, or stop now. In the morning, we're getting alignment done. We'll see how that all pans out, what needs to be done, what if I need to get and or do anything. You know, rush, overnight some stuff, what have you. Or drive wherever to get stuff, which is probably will be more likely the case. But yeah, we'll drive this around tomorrow. Hopefully get that tow issue fixed. And then I'll do a deep clean, pack the tool bag and everything, show all that, mount the fire extinguisher. Be good to go. The alignment was bad. I did not get a sheet because, as most print places or most alignment shops, the printer was down, right? But there we go. Lupo wheels on. Drove it around a little bit. Feels good. So I am leaving either probably tomorrow evening to go to my brother's, and then early Wednesday morning heading to the meetup point for the rally. Really won't cover any of that until things are already in progress, okay? Don't quite know what to expect. Back roads, roads less traveled, right? You never quite know what to bring, right? My plan is to bring tools, some repair parts, stuff to keep things together, keep it on the road, right? I'll load up tomorrow afternoon and head on out. I appreciate everyone watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And next week will not be a rally video, okay? Probably at least 2, if not 3 weeks. Next week, picked up a little something, okay? That's the little teaser. But you guys have to watch to stick around, you know? Figure out what I was up to today. Thank you for everyone's support. And don't forget, there's always a solution.